Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about order of operations with fractions. This is going to be a pretty quick lesson, so we'll just get right into it. I'm on page 152 if you're following along. It's lesson 46. Example number 1, let me write example here. Make sure you're taking notes if you're in my class, right? It's a good idea either way. Anything I write down, you should be writing down as well. 3 over 20 plus 3 over 2 divided by 5 halves. 5 halves. So we always do our division. If there were no fractions involved, we would always do our division before we would do any addition or subtraction, right? Same idea here, but we don't divide fractions. We multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to keep this first one. We change this to multiplication, and then we change the fraction. We flip it around to find the reciprocal, the fraction immediately following whatever we just changed. So we're going to deal with all this first, right? This cancels out with this, and I'm left with 3 times 1 and 1 times 5. So basically, I'm left with 3 over 20 plus 3 times 5, okay? Multiply, now we need a common denominator. That's going to be 20. So we're going to multiply this by 4 and this by 4. I end up with 3 over 20 plus 12 over 20 equals 15 over 20. But guys, you have to reduce your fractions. We can divide these by 5 because they both end in a 5 and a 0. So if we do that, we get 3 over 4. 3 over 4. So just make sure that you're doing your multiplication and division first before you do any addition subtraction. There are some practice problems on page 153. Go ahead and do those and make sure those are at the top of your homework. 5 over 2. 5 over 2. All right, guys. So we do not want to do this part first. We always have to do our multiplication first. So 9 over 7 minus, now 3, there's nothing that we can reduce in here because those are all prime numbers. So 3 times 5 is 15. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, so we do all this garbage first. Now our common denominator here is 14, so I'm going to need to multiply this times 2 times 2. 18 over 14 minus 15 over 14 equals, denominator is going to remain 14, and then 18 minus 15 will give us 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Make a simple math error. That would be my luck. So we end up with 3 over 14, and we can't reduce that down, so we leave it just like that. All right, so for B, we do 4 and 1/5 plus 2 and 1/3 times 5. All right, guys, we need to do this multiplication bit first, right? So we're going to do 4 and 1/5 plus, this we need to change. 6, this is 6, plus 1 is 7, 7 over 3 times 5 over 1. Since I'm going to be having this in an improper fraction, I might as well just change this as well. So this times this is 20 plus that is 21 over 5 plus, now over here I've got 7 times, I can't cross cancel anything, so 7 times 5 is 35 over 3. 35 over 3. Now 5 and 3, I need a common denominator, which is going to be 15. So multiply that by 3, multiply that by 3, this by 5, this by 5. So I end up with 21 times 3, I don't know why I just did that on my calculator, 63 over 15, okay, plus 35 times 5 gives me 175 over 15 equals 175 plus 63 gives me 230, let's try that again, 238 over 15. Now let's turn this into a mixed number. 15, 238. 15 can't go into 2, right? But it can go into 23 one time. 15, so if I subtract, I get 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, and then I bring this down and I get 8. So 15 times 5 is 75, okay? So 15 times 5, or 5 times 15 gives me 75. Subtract here, I'm left with 5, 13, right? So I have a remainder of 13, so it's 15 and 13/15. So this guy is 15 and 13/15. I'm okay if you leave it in as an improper fraction unless it specifies, hey, turn it back into a mixed number. But if you're checking your answers, you need to know how to switch between mixed numbers and improper fractions because the answer might show as a mixed number. All right, guys, that's it for that lesson. So go ahead and get started on those, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you.